During this presentation, I'll be discussing the case studies towards the online and offline engagement approaches undertaken by creative and technical professionals in the field of video and movie images. Methods that they have adapted to interact and communicate with both the community and the general public, as well as what lessons and perspectives I could learn from them and apply in my own way in order to develop my own network in the community as well as the overall creative industry. MonsterMBA is a film and video production company based in Brunswick, Melbourne, where its work mainly covers TV commercials, branded video content, 3D and 2D animation, narrative films, and documentaries. The strong passion in film and the unique way of blending commercial with narrative storytelling through creating caring and engaging content for the general public made it stand out among other commercial video companies based in Melbourne during my research. With strengths in creating content that connects the audience with the brand by focusing on the story, instead of going for the hard sell to educate the potential customers, the care and enthusiasm towards the local communities is what MonsterMBA attracts me from their online presence and engagement. Both its online engagement on social media and production drives away from those ads and commercials which may seem a little bit distant from people's day-to-day life, as most of the content they shares online and produces communicates, engages, and is about brands and topics raised during Victorians' day-to-day life. People's safety and health, which some of the contents got shared on the news, education, tourism of the state, local communities' growth, as well as documentary depicting the well-being of Melbournians living through stage 4 lockdown in 2021. While still pursuing a very strong and distinctive aesthetic in storytelling, the combination between high-standard video production and focus on topics raised by the general public made the company stand out. The very video contents that are produced and related posts shared online became the method and tool for the company to engage and interact with both professional and local communities. Such methods not only gives the content a broader audience base, but offers them a longer life cycle as they will be used for occasions like healthcare industry, local communities, education institution, as well as government's tourism promotion in a long-term way. As a result, the level of caring and engagement with the local communities also contributes a positive growth to MonsterMBA. Video and movie images that are actually about people's daily life and could generate a healthy flow and effect to it, something that I am attracted to and wanting to learn from, while wishing one day the work, networking, and the engagement methods I acquire would contribute to both the professional and local communities in the same way as MonsterMBA has. There are also two other professional and creative individuals in the field I would like to talk about, with their methods of engagement with the community either become the events that I'm interested in and intending on joining, or I was directly inspired by and learned from while initiating my own engagement and networking. Brad Francis is a freelance cinematographer based and working throughout Australia and internationally. During his 17 years of industry experience, he has established himself as a well-known and award-winning professional in the community, both in Australia and now in global scale. He works with a wide range of video and film formats such as advertisements, drama, music videos, and documentaries, while his work and profile could be found across multiple industry-related platforms and cinematographer agencies. His most active online broadcasting and engagement tools would be his website and Vimeo, where he uploads and shares all the latest work with the community. As a professional individual, Brad also engages with the community in the form of holding a masterclass under the Note, a leading and up-to-date resource in the country for events such as keynotes and masterclass, as well as artists and studio directory and job opportunities they lead to in the field of motion design. During his class, he will break down the elements of great cinematography as well as lighting and lensing for digital projects, the events that I'm interested in and intending on going. More details of it will be discussed in my own offline engagement part of the presentation. The third individual I'm going to discuss will be Gladwell, born in 1972, an Australian contemporary artist predominantly worked with movie images in the form of video performance and situated imagery, where I was directly inspired by his work and the ways of engaging with the professional and local communities in my own design practice and engagement. His works, in various formats, are shot in natural and urban environments, which explore the relationship between landscapes and people. In the studio I have this semester, I was inspired by and took reference from his situated imagery works such as the mirrored imagery and the stereo sequence display. Different from the previous two professionals, Sean is a leading artist who has been staying active in the the field for decades, where he does not have as much online presence or activity on his own anymore, but rather the dominant portion of his online and offline engagement with the professional community and the general public takes the form of exhibitions in the gallery and the interviews conducted by various arts media and shared as an article and videos, sometimes also involving talks in professional environments such as university. Artists like him has already had enough exposure in the community and public throughout the years. Thus, his ways of interaction, communication, and engagement are less about selling and promoting himself commercially, but more about exploring the topic he's interested in the field of digital video and sharing those findings with the others. By looking through professionals in the field with different ways of working and engaging with the community, I'm trying to learn from them and find a networking pattern of my own after gathering all their methods. Both MonsterMBA and Brad Francis, as professionals working in production, had clean and effective online broadcasting and networking tools on their own, such as portfolio website, Vimeo, LinkedIn, and social media. So as a starting point and base for all my online and offline activity with the community, I started the process by keeping developing my website while approaching the completion of assignment 3, including purchasing a new domain and reorganizing the layout based on the feedback in class, as well as refining my LinkedIn profile and creating designer account on Instagram and YouTube, where I extracted all the main works from the account I used to upload with a mix of projects and university presentations. I have also produced tutorials featuring a water paint spreading visual for any image or video input and a generative moving typography network both in Touch Designer. Each network has been made in a way so that people who know the software can easily customize and personalize their own visuals, as well as it is simple to export from, with some instructions I've written for those who haven't had experience with Touch Designer before. These tutorials were then shared on online groups across different platforms including Reddit and Facebook, and judging by the results, I found Reddit to be a more suitable platform for this kind of tech-based interaction rather than Facebook, where it predominantly deals with networking, job seeking, and hiring in the community. The tutorials received roughly 4,000 views across two video-related communities on Reddit, and around 3,500 views after I deleted the moving typography network tutorial from both communities and utilized it into the post regarding water paint spreading, because I think the information would just be better integrated in that way. I wasn't really an active Reddit user before, but it was an interesting experience to engage with the community over there, as I feel like there's so much useful insights into creative softwares to gather and learn from with open discussions, as well as myself revealing and reinforcing my own knowledge and understanding of touch design while making the tutorials and trying to explain them to those who hadn't used the software before. It is rewarding to see these people who appreciate my work, and such online groups will be an engagement method that I would maintain and keep on doing in the future of my design career. Outside of the mainstream platforms and groups in Australia, I've also posted the tutorials on Zhihu, which is the Chinese equivalent of Reddit, because basically how every Western online software is banned over there. The most popular place in recent years for tech-related chat in China, from tips on creative softwares to those really dedicated IT, coding, and data discussions. Maybe because visual programming and Touch Designer is still a relatively new field there, the response on it isn't as much as on Reddit. So I deleted the post for a few times and did research into the right times to post during the day, as well as what tags to be included. Somewhere I will keep posting, as I feel like there's a growing trend among individual designers there to adapt Touch Designer and visual programming for interactive stuff, as that's where the local market is growing towards and what the audience wants. Additionally, I've also reached out to one of the producers and curators of the Stepping to the Digital exhibition that is going to happen in Black Box Almighty between the 13th and 14th of May. And the exhibition features a captivating and immersive experience with a diverse spread of virtual environments and interactive design works included. I initially saw its post on Digital Media Discord, as well as the expression of a need for works from one of the curators in a group chat, so I made some online communication with her on WeChat, where then I decided to put one of the projects about the real-time audio reactive painting I've been working on since last year into the exhibition, as the projection mapping installation that picks up the sound from the space of exhibition in real time and translates the audio signal into a forever evolving water painting. The preparation of the exhibition has been going through test runs in week 8 of this course right now by the curators in Black Box, where I have sent the source file and had a discussion with her online on how to operate the system and make it look better for the display situation. as well as I will be there in person the week of the exhibition and a few hours before it starts for final adjustment. If there's a need to rescale and amplify the audio signals received by the network, if the sound picked by the microphone in the environment is too low on the day. Something that I'm really looking forward to right now is the exhibition and VR workshop comes with it afterwards, contains both offline and online ways of engaging. So I could not only get to meet students and peers, people from the community in a local context with my own work, but also interacting with audience outside of Melbourne and potentially overseas and trying to make some new connections. Extending the experience gained from this exhibition, I'm also looking into joining the project called New Ground at a community gallery space in Narrawala called Bunju, somewhere I used to live nearby years ago, where it is recruiting any form of digital, performance, and other forms of work to respond to the provocation of being an artist in Southeast, where the work will be displayed in the space in October. I'm currently trying to apply it with one of my friends who is doing fine art, with the proposal of setting up microphones or cameras around the gallery or even across the streets in the local communities to pick up the different environmental sound signals, producing an evolving painting that is unique, raised from and belongs to the suburbs and streets in Southeast. Inspired and learned from a mix of both MonsterMBA's engagement with the local community, as well as Sean Gladwell's way of communicating through exhibition installations. This opportunity has just been posted on the account of the City of KC on 2nd of May, where there will be a future information session about the event. I'm currently researching on how to produce a professional-looking exhibition proposal, as it will require a stricter format and more details compared to applying for an exhibition space in university. Successful applicants would receive a commission from $4,000 to $14,000. I've also joined a digital media picnic on the 29th of April, where I got to meet other students from all year levels in the program. Topics of conversation ranging from design related to work and life happening outside of the university. A rare gathering opportunity with classmates that I appreciated because of the pandemic and the fact that I was overseas for half of the time during the degree from the closure of the Australian border. Building some connections for the remaining time in this program, as well as future after the graduation. Lastly, there will be 2 community networking opportunities that I'm interested in and intending on going in the future, which is the masterclass held by Brad Francis about his knowledge in cinematography, which was discussed in the case study, as well as a workshop at the Victoria College of the Arts for assistant editor in the field of script TV drama. Something that will cover the essentials of such a role in organizing and grouping the audiovisual content, which would be a refreshing experience for me to see what it's like for an offline community event like this in Melbourne, since I haven't been to one in Australia yet.